Kylo Ren takes center stage in a brand new Star Wars comics exploring the legacy of Vader. Over in Ultimate Universe, Luke Cage makes his debut in the Ultimates. And get ready for Absolute Superman and the first appearance of the Absolute Omega Man. Plus, what's the buzz about this new indie title, Bronze Faces? New Comic Book Day is packed with must-read titles. We got the details. Let's jump into some new, fresh picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
This week's comics are all yellow.
Yes.
Because we got a lot of Luke Cage going on this week. So interesting enough that we're going to see so much of him. And is it because it's Black History Month? Is that why?
It must be why.
Right. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about it. But before we do that, we got to give a shout out to our boys at Superior Stands. You guys know it. I love Superior Stands. I look forward to getting more Superior Stands for my comics on display. If you see up here, you can see I'm utilizing those Superior Stands that I got. Go check them out. You got a QR code there. Help them out. Get them. Go to their IG page. Do all that fun stuff because they are awesome guys. And I'm happy to say that they help this channel out by helping promote information. And of course, that QR code is there for you to get your Superior Stands as well. Let's talk about our books from last week. And I was a little shocked in what I saw with what's previously fresh. So these are the top voted comics according to the League of Comic Geeks. So the League of Comic Geeks, they do a poll every week and they ask people what was the best comic books. And surprisingly enough, X-Men 10 came in first place as the top, not by much to be completely honest, but at 14% of the votes, X-Men number 10. Did you pick up X-Men number 10?
I did. It's one of the last books I have to read before Wednesday, so I haven't read it yet. But I heard that it's very good.
At second place was Ultimate X-Men. Number 11, again, a book that we talked about, was worth checking out. I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I'm hearing good things about Ultimate X-Men.
Yeah, I did read that one. It was good. It's very typical Peach style, and with the Ultimate X-Men, like I just keep waiting for the big stuff to start happening.
Number 3 was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at 11%. That was also the indie pick of the week. And a tie, fourth place was Moon Knight and Green Lantern. Those are the books voted on from according to the League of Comic Geeks. Let's get in and talk a little bit about the new books. So here's our rundown. Fresh off the shelves, we have 59 titles. That's not a lot, actually.
No.
But 328 variants. The reason why we have so many variants has everything to do with the fact that this coming weekend is MegaCon. So with MegaCon, they're going to be releasing variants. So that's why the variant count is so high in comparison to how many titles exist. That's the real reason. From that, there are 10 new number ones. From those number ones, there's 184 variants attached to them. And as far as the keys go, we have 8 potential keys with 6 first appearances. So we do have a lot of first appearances scheduled for this week for our keys. Let's go check out what we got going on here, starting with the rundown with Marvel and DC. Marvel has 10 titles, 53 variants, while DC is up them by 1 with 11 titles and 48 variants. So that's a little interesting ratio.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But that also means it's big time for some indie books, right? Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at that. Image has 7 titles, 31 variants. Boom has 3 titles with 38 variants. IDW also has 3 titles, but they have 8 variants. Dynamite has only 2 titles, and surprisingly low for Dynamite, 26 variants. And Dark Horse says Nope, we're not giving you any variants this week. We're just giving you 2 titles. I respect that.
Yeah. You're going to take these and like them.
These are the only 2 books you're getting from us. All right. As far as the remaining indie companies go, we got 21 titles and 124 variants among them. So even though it's the first week of the month, it's kind of light, I'm going to say.
Yeah. I'm very thankful. My wallet is too.
All right. Let's start off with our keys for the week. Absolute Superman number 4. Are you excited for Absolute Superman this week?
Izzy, it's got the Omega Men in it. Of course I am.
Everyone's favorite team, isn't it? It's going to be the first appearance of the new Absolute Omega Men, which also happens to have Jimmy Olsen as part of the team, which is interesting how they did that. But makes me wonder, is there a possibility for Absolute Lobo?
Well, if they're smart at DC, they must be thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. So you got cover A, which is Rafa Sandoval, but I really like that Raza.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a nice one. The Tyler Kirkham MegaCon exclusive. Now, you see that Superman looks buffed. There's also an Absolute Batman version too, so keep that in mind. And again, those are exclusives for MegaCon. Yeah, man, that Superman is. Don't mess with that one.
No.
All right, let's take a look at our next book. Ultimates number 9. This is the first appearance of the Ultimate Luke Cage. So that's a book that if you're interested in getting some Luke Cage, this is the one that you get the first appearance of Luke Cage. What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, I'll probably definitely have the A cover and that middle one. Yeah, I've been liking the Ultimates. I think it's good. I like the whole kind of story they're doing. It's like a limited time. I'm just waiting for the snowball to really get down the hill with all the books. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah. You got cover A done by Dyke Ron. You got In-Huk Lee doing I actually really like that Luke Cage cover right there, which is also an open order. The 1 in 25 Tarrant Clark is a nice cover. I really like that cover. It has some it's just nice colors, I think. I like the colors in it. Feels so cool. It seems so epic, that cover.
Yeah, I like the background of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Not to be mistaken, Power Man Timeless number 1. This book features the first appearance of Aeon the Ninth, which is they really are running out of names. Like, we got nothing in it. It's a 5-issue limited series featuring a version of Luke Cage, the final living superhero introduced in Timeless number 1, transported to the mainstream Marvel universe in present day. So this is kind of like Old Man Luke Cage or Old Man Power Man.
Old Man Power Man.
Right. It is part of the Timeless series. So this is the spec behind it. I kind of like the Ken Lashley cover the most.
Yeah.
That's a nice cover, man. The other ones are fine as well, but that Ken Lashley just stands out for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll pick up that book. Probably that cover too.
Mm-hmm. Also, which is it's an interesting one because I think what people are not going to be paying attention to is that centered one, but I'll tell you in a minute what it is. This is Star Wars Legacy of Vader number 1. This is the series that explores Kylo Ren's time as the supreme leader of the First Order, set between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. That second book that you see there in the middle also is the first cover appearance of Atta Prime, done by Ramon Rosadas. The main cover is done by Derek Chu, while there's also a 1 in 100 Eric M. Geist cover. Keep in mind there is a trade. There's a trade edition of that same cover, but if you want to get the full scope with Vader in the background, You're going to want the 1 in 100. I do believe that book will be sought after.
And I think this book is also going to have a little bit of a key part in it, in that supposedly there's a Wada is going to be possibly shown as being killed by Vader, because there was always the thought, if you're a big Star Wars fan, like, would Vader ever go back and take any of his, pent up aggression out on Wada for owning his mom and him for all those years? And this supposedly has a couple of panels that might explain that.
Interesting. Well, it's probably going to be, might be the biggest key of the week, if anything, because the other ones are, Absolute Superman is, of course, Absolute Superman, but I think this one has some potential, and we don't really get to see Kylo Ren in comics as much.
Yeah,
I've noticed he's somebody that for some reason you don't see as much. Our next book here is Justice League: The Atom Project #2. I really like that lyrics cover in the middle as well. Mike Perkins did cover A, and there's a 1 in 25 Carmine Gina Domenico. I tried. That's a pretty cool cover as well. This is as Nathaniel Adams makes a desperate attempt to escape the return of his atomic superpowers. Another strange transformation within the hero known as Captain Atom begins. This could be a key book. However, we're not 100% sure, but there are signs that we might see something new, maybe a new look, a new costume, something's going to happen here. And the first issue was, people really did gravitate towards it. It's a pretty fun book. What's your thoughts on the Atom Project?
Yeah, I read the first one. I liked it. I loved Captain Atom, that run in the 80s or 90s. I thought it was really good, the Pat Broderick run. And so I did pick up this first issue mainly because of that. And I liked it. So I'll definitely be grabbing this. And I'll probably go with the lyrics one too.
Yeah, the lyrics one's so good looking. Even though the Mike Perkins is not bad either. I'm not saying taking anything away from the Mike Perkins one, but I really like that lyrics cover. Here's another key book. Now, this definitely has a first appearance, and this is Wolverine #6. We got the first appearance of Adamantium. I don't know what to think of it. I don't know what to think.
I've been reading it, and it'll be interesting to see, right? Because the last issue was more of an internal battle with Wolverine and Adamantium. And, the next issue is kind of, who won in that kind of mental battle. And I think that's where it's going. So I'm looking forward to reading it.
So we have a couple of different types of covers. We got the Martin Coelho, Jeff John. And if you notice, there's a 150 Mark Brooks animated style version. There's also a trade dress version as well of the book. Someone's talking on somewhere else. Mark Brooks did a series of animated style covers. This is just the first one we're showing you. We'll show you another one to come here soon. They're pretty cool. I like them a lot. However, I'm not sure what kind of style he's trying to go for, because when I see Nightcrawler, he looks very young.
Yeah.
And Wolverine looks very big next to Nightcrawler. I'm looking at it. Interesting. Our indie key of the week is called Bronze Faces #1. That cover, man, that Chauffeur Coker cover is pretty cool. There is a 1 per store Chauffeur Coker, so be on the lookout of that one. The 1 in 20 Dan Mora cover as well. It's a trio of Nigerian friends reunite at a museum celebration of their heritage, only to discover rampant cultural theft that becomes even more brazen than they first realized, prompting them to engage in the heist of a lifetime. I like heist stories. I think they're fun. I like reading them in comics, and this has some potential.
I really like that Dan Mora cover. And this is a book that, usually on New Comic Book Day, if there's a bunch of new #1s from independents, I'll pick them up and flip through them. And if it's got a few key things in it, like if I immediately like the art, I just buy it. and give it a chance. So we'll see what this one looks like.
Yeah, and it's the work is done by Shober Coker and the artist done by Chauffeur Coker, so they're family. I've never heard of them before, so this is new to me. However, the concept sounds very interesting. Now I know they've done work on New Mutants, so but I've never really heard anything about what they've done prior to that. So they're relatively, unknowns to me.
Yeah.
But who knows? It sounds cool. It's a heist, so I'm looking forward to a heist comic book. And of course, it's coming out February for Black History Month, so I'm certain there's a little tie with that as well in some way. Let's take a look at an eye-catching variants. We'll start with the first one, Avengers 23. The Athena Martinez. This is for Black History Month. That Black Panther looks awesome.
Yeah, that's a great cover. Awesome.
Yeah. You got the Legacy of Vader #1. This is the 1 in 25 John Jang variant. John Jang. What can you say about John Jang that hasn't been said before?
What a wicked cover.
Mm-hmm.
I said to you earlier that I asked my store if they were getting it, and they're not, which surprises me because it's a Vader book. I'm shocked they're not ordering 25, but
that's a shame, to tell you the truth. All right, Phoenix #8 is the 1 in 50 Mark Brooks animated style. So I like that one with Phoenix and Goblin Queen. It's Melon Pride, but that's a fun cover. I like that. I would probably pick up that book. I most likely pick that book up. Also, I had to look that Batman 157 by Tony Daniel. I think it's phenomenal. It's amazing. I love seeing Batman on top of a gargoyle.
yeah.
The question is, what is he looking at?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Poison Ivy has got to be the book that has the best covers. Like, out of all the books, it's like Poison Ivy, if anything, they have to have the best covers. And this is no exception with Poison Ivy 30. I looked at the Jenny Frison and I said, the Pablo Villalobos one is just better.
I really when I was trying to pick between the two, I really like the Frison as well, but I love the card theme of this, like that it's a playing card. I just think that's really cool. And you're right about the covers. Like I went through in one of my videos, just all of my Poison Ivy covers of the whole series. And every one of them, I'm like, wow, this is a great one too. This one's great.
I bet you that book is still standing today because of those covers. That's why they sell.
That's a big part of it. But I will say, I'm a huge fan. It's been consistent art. It's the same artist. The story's been really cool. They're doing really cool things with the secondary characters like Killer Croc and Harley and things like that. Like it's a good book. Swamp Thing shows up every once in a while. It's worth a read for sure if you haven't been reading it.
Cool. Our last book here is Batgirl #4, the Zozo Maki cover. Anything she does, man, I love Zozo Maki. I absolutely love her style. I think this is a beautiful cover. You actually picked it. And, yeah, I totally agree with you.
And Batgirl is yet another one that I don't want to buy every month. And then I read the issue and I'm like, well, I guess I'm buying the next one. Like it's just well written. The art is good and the covers have been good. So,
yeah. All right, let's take a look at our next books here. And I believe this is our last page. Here we go. Shazam #20. This is the Mark Spears cover. Come on.
It's good.
I can't with these books, man. It's one of those times. It's Mark Spears again, but again, this is just a cool cover.
Yeah.
Has this nice classic feel to it. Also the Red Sonja 17. We got some MegaCon exclusives. The Javier Fernandez, she's doing the Akira. Whenever I see an Akira cover, man, part of me just wants it.
Yep.
And it's instead of being the bike, she's going to the horse. So, and is that a lion's head she's dragging?
I Can't tell. I think so.
Yeah,
Or it could be like looks like a orc or whatever they pass for orcs.
yeah, whatever it is, man, it's insane. Right, and then finally, Mark Spears Monsters #3. This is the MegaCon exclusive for No Mas Comics. Venom #3 variant.
Good luck getting that book. Anybody that's going to MegaCon.
Yeah, that's gonna be. You got to pick that one up early.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Those are the books we have for this week. What's your thoughts, man?
Oh, I can't wait. Now that I go through the list, it just reminds me of the stuff that I have to try to find.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward. I think I'll probably pick up a few of those Mark Brooks ones because I think those are fun.
Yeah, those are fun. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight, and I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.